What's up, everybody? Today we're going to talk about getting out of prison. Uh, for somebody after you've done a long period of time, like in my case, I did 12 years straight. So after you've done more than a decade and some change in maximum security cell living, environment for all 12 years, that it messes with you. They call it institutionalized. And for a while, I thought I was institutionalized. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I'm institutionalized. I had issues. You know what I'm saying? With uh, dealing with society. I didn't acclimate well because I was so trained to do things a certain way. And even in my work experience, you know what I'm saying, I had a boss tell me, "Oh yeah, Joey can't do Joey can only do what he's told because he's been in prison all his life." What? You got me. Okay. But anyway, you know what I'm saying, I had problems dealing with situations, and so to avoid the situation, I would just, you know what I'm saying, go along with the flow and the easiest route possible to avoid it. But then I'm told that, oh no, you know what I'm saying, you shouldn't do that. You should have been above. You should have done this. And what? So I don't know. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, maybe it's true. Maybe it's not. It's something I'm still working on. I've been diagnosed with PTSD. I still, you know what I'm saying, work on myself every day. So, that's the that's what I try. I'm trying, you know what I mean? Because for me things was different, I guess growing up I always, saw things a little differently because I'm different. I'm not, you know what I'm saying, I don't fit into nobody's mold. You know what I mean? You when you look at me, you see what you know what I'm saying, but then you get to know me and it's like, wait a minute, something ain't right. But it's funny, I mean, and I always have a ball with it when people are, I'm saying, just meeting me and getting to know me, and then they're like, I mean, and I see when, I'm saying, when it catches, and it's funny to me, because this is all I know how to be. This is who I am. And a lot of people growing up, when I was a kid growing up, I was people always said I was a wannabe, or I pretend to be black, and I ain't none of that. I'm just here. This is who I am. And you know what I'm saying, I'm not pretending. I'm not, I'm saying, I'm not trying to be nothing that I'm not. This is who I am. I know I'm white. I ain't never, hey, I always joke and say I'm as light as you can get. You know what I mean? I'm just real light skinned. But yeah, I mean, got blonde hair, blue eyes. Yeah, so ain't no ducking. And oh no, I'm no, I don't ride the fence. I don't. This is, what I'm saying. You already know this is who the hell I am. And if you know me, you know. But when I got out of prison after doing 12 years straight, I was messed up. I didn't want to go back to doing the same thing, but I didn't have no family left. I had to parole to San Diego because that's where I caught my case. That's where I went to jail. So they're gonna let you go to that area, but I have no family left. Everybody has left the state of California. So I come home, you know what I'm saying, and it's like, okay, I'm on my own. What I got the turf, the homies, you know what I'm saying, I always, you know what I'm saying, it's always a couple real ones, and but I don't like to ask nobody for nothing, and so I'm gonna go spread my hustle. I'm gonna go do what I need to do, and think about it. If you have been in prison for 12 years, 12 years straight, and then they told you that, then they let you know when your release day was and when you were going home and all that, and then finally you get to go home. You don't think you got some plans? My plan was, I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to live in a box for the rest of my life. I don't want to be stuck in a cage for the rest of my life. So it's time to do something different. If you want something different, you got to do something different. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. You just have to be willing to do the work it takes to get it done, because that's the thing. Only you have the power to get you wherever you want to go, to get you wherever you want to be, to get you whatever you want to have. Look, life is here for us. Take advantage of it. You know what I mean? You know, we live in the United States, so you have more opportunities than most. Take advantage of it. Do something. We got to do something, or somebody gonna be doing it for us. You know, that's the thing. I spent most of my life in a cage with somebody telling me, go to breakfast, go to yard, go to work, go to the doctor, go to the canteen, go to the shower. That's the thing. I don't want to live like that no more. I'm more than happy with the life I have. You know what I mean? You know, like I said, I don't have I'm not a baller. I ain't, you know what I'm saying, rich, you know what I'm saying, but I have the best life I've ever had. I have a beautiful wife, I have, you know what I'm saying, you know, a beautiful family. Everybody doing good, everybody healthy, you know. Man, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. But back to getting out of prison. When you get out of prison after that long, you're not the same. You know what I mean? You know, you've been doing certain things, you know, and when you're in a maximum security prison for 12 years straight, you know, and not even counting, you know what I'm saying, you know, because doing time for me was different because, you know, I had the racial issues and the gang affiliation, and that caused me more problems and cost me more time. I had to do more time than most. But, you know what I mean? You know, everybody has to deal with being in prison. And when you're dealing with that situation, it messes with you, you know, adding all the other stuff I dumped onto myself, you know, by being a white, you know what I'm saying, member of the Crips. That, you know what I mean, you know, that led me to places that were dark, you know, and it's not like, you know what I'm saying, you know, oh yeah, you don't want to, you know what I'm saying, there's certain things you don't want to remember, you know, and there's certain things, you know what I'm saying, you know, I try and block out. It's still a part of my life, you know what I mean? The experiences you go through make you who you are. I've been through some experiences. You know what I'm saying, you know. But that's the thing, I'm not here to brag about it. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, you know, get somebody, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, you can hear my story, you know what I'm saying, you know, and it helps you so you don't have to fall into the pits that are set up, the traps that are laid for us, you know what I mean, when we get out to keep us in the revolving door. Get out of that revolving door. It's not that hard. And you know, the system is lopsided. It's not set up for everybody, you know, and that's the reality of it. You gotta make a choice. Each person, you gotta, you know what I'm saying, you know, we gotta choose to do something. So, you know, one at a time. But no, I've been trying to deal with all the dealing with the newfound freedoms, first of all, will drive you nuts. When you get out of prison, like I was in the store stuck when I first the day I got released. The day I got my release, family came and got me from Corcoran, and we were driving home. We stopped in L.A. because I got family in San Fernando Valley, so we stopped at San Fernando Valley, and then we drove the rest of the way to San Diego. But the first store we stopped at, I'm sitting there. I went to get some cigarettes, and they had candy. And I went down the candy aisle, and I was just like, ooh, ooh, ooh. And I seen these candies, and I picked them up. And then I walk down, and I see something else that I haven't seen in years. You know what I mean? You have what's on the canteen list, and that's it. So then I put this down. I go grab this. Ooh, ooh. And then I see this. Ooh, ooh. I want Reese's peanut butter cups. Oh, I got to give me some of them. Oh, man. You know, and then I'm sitting in the store, you know what I'm saying? My uncle's done pumping gas. He comes in there, hey man, what you doing? And I'm just going back and forth in the aisle, grabbing one thing at a time, you know, and it was just like I couldn't decide. I was overwhelmed by the amount of candy in the store. You know, I'm a big old kid in the candy store, but you know what I'm saying, you know. So I just ended up going to the counter, you know, I got a pack of cigarettes and, you know, headed out the door. And but when we got back in the car and we're driving, you know, it's long, you know what I'm saying, you know, long drive. So I'm just staring out the window, just like, shocked because I can't see the tower lights anymore. I finally got far enough away from the prison to where you can't see the lights. And it's like I'm just staring out the window and my mind is running and it's too many things going through my head all at once because I'm free. And this is the best feeling. Anybody that knows, that's the best feeling. When you get out that gate, it doesn't matter how much time you did. If you had to do a day and then they released you the next day, that release date is going to be just as sweet because you are free. That's the thing. I remember every release date I ever had. It's sad I had so many of them. But anyway, prison, it messes with your mind. And anybody that has dealt with it, if you know somebody that's dealing with it, try and give them a little extra leeway. You know what I mean? Try and help them a little bit more. You know what I mean? Try and understand that they're coming from somewhere different, but they want. You know what I mean? Because that's the main thing is you got to find out if that person wants it. Because a lot of people say they want to be out, but they ain't willing to do the work it takes. Oh, excuse me. They ain't willing to do the work it takes. And that's the reality of it. It takes work to stay out here in these streets. You know, they got traps set up for you, you know what I'm saying, to get you right back in that box. You know, being on dope is one of them. That's my opinion. Alcohol, same thing. You know what I mean? You know, it's just a way to get you in a twist and back in, you know what I'm saying, to where you're a slave making money for the system. That's just my opinion, though. So that's where we at. Snow's opinion. All right, hit the like and subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments. What's your opinion?
Be alive. Survived through decades, had to fight just to survive. No family left out here, I walk this road alone. Can't deal with things like I did with the Stones. Prison days are over, now it's time for